Good, almost afternoon Eastern Standard Time. If you're watching this, you're checking in. I got a 12-hour shift ahead of me, and tomorrow, and then some odd off hours the rest of the week. But I'll make it because I need money, and though it's not much, it's coming in, so that's good. Let's talk about relationships and love. That shocked me. I am a heterosexual white male, if you didn't notice. The white part, anyway, and the male part, hopefully. And I've decided that relationships are shit. Okay, let me rephrase that. Relationships are not necessarily hard. However, you have to find that person that you connect with. And no, I am talking with a lady right now. I'm not sure that we are right for each other. I'm having some doubts. But I'm going to stick with it a little longer and see how it goes. What I've noticed is that I'm 40, and trying to get into a relationship at 40 is kind of the same as trying to get into one at 25, because everybody seems to be stuck in that mode where you're young, you're trying to find your niche, you're trying to get yourself established, and you're also trying to monopolize a vagina. And I'm going to say all this from a male perspective. I'm not going to go into any other sexual orientation, and I'm not doing that because I'm not for that. I'm doing that because I don't understand their perspective like they may not understand mine. This is my perspective. It seems like, okay, the two movies that taught me everything I needed to know about women are The Fox and the Hound and Bambi. Let me explain. In The Fox and the Hound, I learned that if, a woman does something to you out of affection or whatever, you reciprocate and you do that, give that affection back. It's a give. And in Bambi, I learned that the asshole always gets the girl unless you kick his ass. Because old Bambi met his childhood friend, and they were adults, and then, they were like, hey, I remember you, you're cool, let's swap some fluids. And then old, cold dog cat comes out of the shrubs, and he's all like, hey, that bitch is mine. And Bambi doesn't really do anything, and he starts backing her into the bush to take care of business, as is the deer's way. And Bambi gets his rut, kind of pumped up there, and he whoops the guy's ass and gets the girl and goes to the bush with her. I feel like that's true. I thought that was a true thing in my 20s and maybe early 30s. But I think that it's true now, even in my 40s. I cannot tell you how many women I've lost to some asshole that was insecure, was not established, had really nothing to offer but, constant harassment and mental, physical abuse. And it's like, when are we going to outgrow this? Because I've outgrown it. I don't get jealous. I don't get, obsessive. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to be the asshole to get the girl I want. But it wouldn't work because I would have, it would be a facade, and eventually I'd be like, aren't we tired of this? Can't we just get over it? And can I just be the nice guy that I think I am? And she's all like, no, I thought you were a total raging asshole, and now you're not. So I'm gonna go with, another guy that's got out of jail. That's kind of how I picture it playing out. But it's just horseshit to me. Why can't we? I've evolved as a person. I can't seem to find someone else who's evolved as a person. Everyone just is really stuck in their ways. And in my, you know, early 20s to mid 30s, I was a cold dog cat, man. I could, you know, I mean, statistically, I should have like 30 kids right now, but it's like I outgrew it. And I was like, all this bird dogging and chasing around and banging beaver is great, but it's exhausting and it's not really for me. I'm trying to find somebody to settle down with and to continue my life with, and one person, I'm wanting to pair off, basically. But I'm talking to a girl and it's like I don't. She's just got a lot of insecurities and whatnot, and maybe they're warranted. But it's like I can't find nobody. I'm having doubts, obviously. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm wondering, is there somebody out of the 7 billion people on the planet that is just kind of cool and collective and confident and assured in themselves that they're able to, put that to good use in a relationship with someone who's, cool and collective and not crazy. A little crazy is fine. I mean, I don't mind a little crazy now and then. It's going to happen, but don't be a 5 and be as crazy as a 7. That's what I'm finding. This is stupid. I'm kind of convinced I'm going to be alone. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, oh, that's horrible to say, and keep your chin up, and it's going to work out, and you'll find somebody. And I appreciate that, but, I'm a realist, and I'm at peace with it as well. If I'm going to be alone, I'm going to be alone, because I can't find someone who suits me and me them. That's just how it is. I don't have any, grand, delusions of grandeur about having kids and having a white picket fence and all that. My dreams are more or less like, we live in a cabin in the middle of the woods and we might go to Walmart once a month for a few supplies, kind of thing. I'm wanting a simple life. I'm wanting a woodsy woman. That's what I want, a woodsy woman. A woman who can start a fire, with a ferro rod, and who can butcher a chicken, and who can chop firewood, and who doesn't mind doing that alongside me until, the state comes in and takes custody of us because we're too old and feeble to be there. I want equal work for equal pay, basically. We have relatively the same cards. I talked about cards earlier. But, and then there's kids. I mean, dating over 25, learn to be a stepfather, man. This is how it is. There's too many irresponsible motherfuckers out there. What breeding does, yet you do it unprotected, and now you've got 1 to 7 kids. I know a girl I was dating that had 3, and we stopped dating, and the next thing you know, she's got 4. We're kind of in contact because I got a soft spot for her. I like her. She's a good person. And then we date for a little bit, and I'm like, why did I do this again? Probably because the booty was really good. But anyway, then we're not dating again, and then a few months later, she's got number 5 on the way. And I'm like, you understand how this works, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not judging her. She's a great girl. She's a good person. I've known her forever. Anyway, I don't mind kids. Kids are fine. I'm understanding. I'm not abusive. I'm not going to pretend to be their father, but I will take that role. And if they accept me as a father, then that's great. And if they don't, I'll still be there to look after them and whatnot. I don't mind. It's a package deal as far as I'm concerned. But finding that woman with or without kids is the problem. And I can blame it on COVID, and I can blame it on, shit dating sites that are free because I won't pay for one. But I think the truth of the matter is that all the good women are taken by assholes, and I don't get out enough to find that moment with a person to try and, go with it and see what happens. So, that said, I think I'm okay alone. I really am. You know, you can get a dog cheap at the pound, and it'll love you more than it loves itself. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's food for thought. That's just what's going through my mind right now. You know, and that's just kind of what I'm convinced of. I just think, unless I'm wanting to become something that I'm not, I don't think I'm going to find somebody that I want, like wholeheartedly want, that I don't have any reservations about. I found one person like that, but she just completely shot me down, and that's her choice. And I'm not going to say her loss because it might not be. I wish her the best. She's a great person, and she's got other priorities, and there's nothing wrong with that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I have to go into work. Hope you all have a great day. Love one another, do an act of random kindness. If you know a woodsy woman, send her my way. Maybe things will work out. I'm just kidding, I'm talking to somebody. I'm not like that anymore. But, all in all, take care of yourselves. You are worth it. And if you're watching this, you're checking in.